All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're unpacking a real-world, action-based guide to manifestation. And I want you to forget all about the magic wands and just wishing for things. We're talking about a concrete, nuts-and-bolts method for turning those big, ambitious goals from just thoughts in your head into your actual, tangible reality.
So, have you ever found yourself wondering why just thinking positive doesn't seem to be enough? You know, so many of us have tried that route, maybe inspired by stuff like The Secret, and you just end up feeling frustrated when, well, nothing really changes. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're definitely in the right place.
We're going to blow past all that surface-level advice and get into a real framework. This is built on principles from some of the most powerful thinkers on success and mindset. This whole thing is about designing the life you actually want, on purpose, not just letting it happen to you.
Okay, first things first. Before anything else, the change has got to start inside. You know, before you can command your external world, you have to get a handle on the whole landscape of your own mind. This right here, this is the foundation for everything, and I mean everything that follows. This slide is so important because it makes a critical distinction. On one side, you've got that passive, wishful thinking, gosh, I hope I get rich someday. But on the other side, you have what Napoleon Hill famously called a burning desire. We're talking about an all-consuming obsession, a deep-down feeling that you must achieve your goal, no matter what it takes. That feeling, that's the fuel for real action.
So what's the big deal with stories? Why are they so powerful? Well, it's pretty simple. Our brains are literally hardwired for them. You can throw facts at someone all day and they'll forget them, but a compelling story, that creates an emotional response. And it's that emotion that sneaks past our cynical conscious mind and gets to work, actually reprogramming our deep-seated beliefs.
And here's the real key to making it stick. You can't just change a belief you've held for like 20 or 30 years in a single afternoon. It's not a one-time thing. You can't just wake up and decide to be confident. Now, you have to overwrite that old programming through massive, consistent repetition of the new belief, over and over and over, until it becomes your new default setting.
Okay, so once that inner world is starting to get aligned, the next logical step is to build an outer world to match it. You have to actively shape your environment so it supports your vision, because believe me, your surroundings and the people you're around, they are absolutely non-negotiable.
Look, humans are social creatures. We evolved to collaborate and work together. A mastermind group is just a formal way of tapping into that power. When you surround yourself with like-minded, ambitious people, you create this incredible shared energy that just amplifies everyone's belief and puts progress on the fast track.
This line is a classic for a reason, because it is brutally 100% true. The people in your inner circle are either lifting you up or they're dragging you down. There is no in-between. Their standards, their beliefs, their energy, it all seeps directly into your own subconscious. You have to choose your circle wisely.
I love this analogy. Think of your mind like a plot of really fertile soil. You have to be an active gardener. If you don't intentionally go in there and plant good seeds, positive ideas, empowering knowledge, weeds are going to grow all on their own. It's inevitable.
And this slide right here perfectly illustrates the other side of that coin. You have to be absolutely ruthless with your information diet. I mean it. If you are constantly consuming junk content, social media drama, endless negativity, then that's exactly what your mind is going to produce in your own thoughts and ultimately your actions.
All right, let's get into a really powerful and honestly and often unpopular idea. This is the concept that really separates those who achieve massive, lasting success from those who just stay stuck in a frustrating cycle of always starting over.
Think about it. We are addicted to what's new and shiny. A new project, a new diet, a new business idea. But constantly chasing novelty is probably the ultimate form of self-sabotage. Why? Because it guarantees you'll never stick with any one thing long enough to actually achieve mastery. And here's the flip side. Your ability to embrace the boring work, those daily repetitive tasks that actually move the needle, that is a legitimate superpower in today's distraction-filled world. Real success isn't exciting every single day. It's consistent.
So this is the simple blueprint. What is the one core activity that drives 80% of the results? Find it. Do that. Over and over and over. When it becomes routine, build a system around it. This is how empires are built, not on 1,000 different flashy ideas, but on the relentless, boring execution of one great one. So how do we tie all of this together? Your mindset, your environment, your actions, well, they can all be unified under single ultimate law, the flow of energy.
I mean, really think about it. When you have high, positive energy, you take massive action, you're creative, opportunities just seem to find you. But when your energy is low, you procrastinate, you feel overwhelmed, and you just get stuck. Protecting your energy is your #1 job, period.
And one of the most powerful tools for managing your energy is gratitude. A story from the Happiness Advantage illustrates this perfectly. Imagine you get shot in the leg during a bank robbery. Okay, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, the low-energy person complains, "This is the worst day of my life." The high-energy person immediately reframes, "Thank goodness it wasn't my heart. Plus, now I have a great story to tell." They find the gratitude to protect their energy. Now, this energy equation has two parts. The first part is input. This is all about being intentional. Are you consuming content that energizes you and empowers you? Or are you consuming content that drains you and distracts you? It's a conscious choice. And the second, absolutely vital part is output. Because knowledge that you just consume but never use, it becomes stagnant energy. It just sits there. You have to turn what you learn into action, create something with it, teach it to someone, build something new. This is the classic trap of analysis paralysis. You can read 100 books on starting a business, but until you actually take that first scary step, you've achieved nothing. The flow has to be balanced. You learn, then you do. You consume, then you create.
So I'll leave you with this question. Don't just be a consumer of information. Become a creator of value. Ask yourself right now, what's one thing you learned today that you can turn around and create with tomorrow? Because that is how you start building the reality you truly actually desire.